Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love to all the Peace and Harmony viewers who are really diving deep and rising above some very hurtful, confusing, and destructive relationships that they have encountered with a narcissist, a borderline, or a psychopath. And I'm giving you much love to the viewers who are really on this journey. So thank you so much for your viewership and your support. And we're going to dive in deep here and really focus in on an important concept. And this was brought up to me from a client, or basically this dynamic, and that is really the narcissist as a bully, and the allegiance that is given to a bully, especially a narcissist, a golden child, a narcissist in a family, a workplace, or even, in a relationship. You can be bullied around by just one person, and they can create kind of a vendetta or a sort of allegiance that they require to continue the power that they seek in that relationships. So there's an allegiance, there's a loyalty that tends to go on with this narcissist. And remember, the narcissist is someone who is presenting with a insubordinate amount of charm, or inordinate, not insubordinate, but inordinate amount of charm, ego, sort of larger than life, captivating, that they seem to emanate from their personality. So when we talk about ego, we're talking about really them referencing themselves in conversations, dominating the environment through their energy, through their sometimes caustic and very toxic nature. And bullying, from the narcissist can be done in a number of different ways. There can be this sort of charm and illumination that comes from them. And when we talk about bullies, someone who wants to push around their weight, their power, their voice, their aura, all these different energies that combine to create what we feel as a bully. Someone who wants to overpower you. Someone who wants to undermine you. Someone who wants to sabotage you. Someone who wants to win at all costs. Someone who wants to have all eyes and all ears on them. And oftentimes, to secure this position, they are going to undercut others. They're going to betray your trust. They're going to get a vendetta against you, basically create an allegiance of others, or a smear campaign, or a triangulation, where they're trying to work very significant other people in the environment, be it a workplace, be it a family, be it a relationship, that they might even just triangulate with strangers, where they're trying to bring other people up that will trigger you and make you feel insubordinate to or inferior to the narcissist. And this allegiance is very much felt like a loyalty. And as you know, with a bully, oftentimes they will draw in their supporters, because it gives these supporters, these targets, these, let's just call it the bully followers, it gives these followers an instant credibility. It gives them an instant security. It gives them an instant security blanket. So when they're aligned with this bully. And so if they can have this bully who kind of serves as like a shield to them, then they don't have to kind of stand on their own. They don't have to be really kind of independent. They get to, by the group social psychology, the group think, they're just all of a sudden aligned and in this allegiance, in this party, in this posse with the narcissist and with a bully. So someone who is kind of pushing around their weight, pushing around their voice, pushing around their opinion, and oftentimes it means that they're shutting out somebody, or they're taking advantage of someone who stands out, either because of their qualities, their physique. They could be, they can have basically nothing wrong with them. If you are targeted by this bully narcissist, there could be very well be nothing wrong with you, but something admired about you. So you can go from someone who is very popular, is very loving, very attractive, and doing very well, performing very well, but then to be the target of the bully. Because the bully wants the attention. They want the the echelon. They want the upper echelon. They want the status of feeling like they're number one, that they're number one in the list, they're number one in the group, everyone talks about them. They are very interested in recognition. And the recognition can be the alpha male, the alpha female, whatever it is, they want to be on top. And oftentimes with a narcissist, they want to be on top, not by any achievement or accomplishment. They just want to be on top. They want to be the one who basically people are afraid of or intimidated by, and so will not really garnish any sort of approach. So no one will question the narcissist bully because they are so powerful. They are so forceful. They can use force with their voice, their body, their language, their money, their assets. I mean, they're just going to command. And it's very much oftentimes the unquestioned power of this bully narcissist, which allows them to get away with it. And other people then are going to align themselves or basically put themselves underneath the bully narcissist or align themselves with it and just kind of give in and succeed. And I don't want to say bow down, but will basically just not confront, not question, not act with reproach when they see this person. They're just going to go along with them, go along with their statements. But oftentimes, as we know with bullies, there's always going to be somebody who gets hurt, somebody who is picked on, someone who is targeted. And they can target somebody because of their abilities. They can target somebody because of their qualities. They can target somebody because of their sex. There's all sorts of reasons why the bully will target somebody. But ideally and eventually, when you kind of look at the profile of who they target, it's going to be somebody who is either popular, attractive, sensitive, empathetic. These are very sort of qualities which are endearing and attractive, but which the bully does not have or wants to possess. So there's really undergirding it all, underneath the bully narcissist, is a pathological envy and jealousy, and essentially a greed. They want all the attention for themselves. They want to be, they want to be like the savior, but they're not really the savior. They want to be put on a pedestal, but more than a pedestal. They want to be respected, admired, endeared, and they want loyalty above all. They want you to basically give an unquestioning support, adoration, and adulation of them. And they just want that acknowledgement. So a lot of people don't want that. They don't want the recognition. They don't want the high profile. A lot of people don't want, do not covet that, but the narcissist bully definitely wants that as their position in a group, in a relationship. They want to be the one on top. They want to be the one that's louder, bolder, brighter, just more, just have more of everything. Whatever it is, it can be more floor space, more car space, more car, more this, more charm. I mean, you can basically fill in the blanks. And, these people are very competitive, but yet, a lot of people don't want to go up against them. They don't want to call their bluff. They don't want to call them out. They don't want to confront them because you're going to get, what the bully does best, which is bullying, which is then to get on their bad list, their target list. And why would you want to confront a bully? Most people are scared away. It's easier just to go along and try to fit in with them than to question them. So, then we see this allegiance, and then the vendetta. Basically, the root word of vendetta is a prolonged, bitter quarrel with or campaign against someone. And the word vendetta comes from the Latin vendicta in the mid-19th century, and from the Italian vendicta, which means vengeance. And when we know about vengeance, it's about getting back at somebody. It's about settling the score. When you have vengeance for somebody, you have a feeling of that you want to get back at them. It's settling the score. You have a vindictiveness. And oftentimes there's a pathology to this. Oftentimes many psychopaths are felt to have a lot of childhood trauma, but there's this, hollowness to their morality. They are lacking in morals, they are lacking in integrity, and they are lacking in empathy and lacking in conscience. So we see this vindictiveness and this vengeance, and the vengeance is never really allowed to be worked through or processed. And there's a song which was from an English group called The Who, and this is there was a song once written by Roger Daltrey, which is called Behind Blue Eyes. And I really feel that song really kind of captures that bully essence, that bully psychopathic, bully narcissistic quality. And you can research it on YouTube, or you can look up the words, but it's just basically, their love is vengeance, which is never breathed. So it's like it's a core to their personality, which is so buried that there's this inner really sort of lack of attachment and lack of love. And just that word is just, I know it sounds so mushy or whatever, but really there's a sort of vengeance which comes with this. And so if you've been really kind of on the receiving end of this, not only is it very very confusing, it's very hurtful. And oftentimes the individual does not know how to make sense of it all, and so they tend to try to fit in, and they absorb all the negative messages and negative energy, and then they become basically, the trauma bond. Their identity is basically connected to this bully, and they are always feeling in the shadow, always feeling in, not good enough, not having the self-esteem, not feeling valued, not feeling important, not feeling recognized for their voice, because they're always in the shadow of the bully, the shadow of the narcissist bully. They're always feeling underneath, they're never permitted or allowed, given permission to stand on their own and really stand in their own values, their love, their voice, everything that makes them as a unique individual. They never feel that sort of independence, autonomy, industriousness, self-esteem, and that freedom until you really become aware of it, and then you break free. And so that is the challenge really that comes with if you have been with this bully narcissist, is that, this unflinching allegiance to this person oftentimes, is created when, everybody just has this, loyalty, or is believing their pathology. And I encourage you to hold fast to your vision, hold fast to your truth, and knowing what you know when you've been lied to, when you've been betrayed, stop denying it. When you have, basically been scapegoated by this individual. When you have been taken advantage of, and you have been yelled at, tortured, lied to, the whole 9 yards. So oftentimes people know this, but they're afraid to own the truth because it's so hurtful. Yet really its wisdom is the observation of this, and no longer feeding into the lies, and owning your independence, owning your I am, owning your I can, and owning your heart, owning your perspective, owning your strength. And furthermore, knowing that, you have so much more to give and to love and to feel, and that you don't resort or need to resort to this type of individual's energy to get your point across. You don't need to mimic them or react to them. And oftentimes you need to really separate yourself from these individuals, and go no contact. It's just because there's no winning with them. And I can't impress that upon you enough, that this person, they are who they are. It's not going to change. It gets worse with time. They pull out more vengeance, more pathology with time, and it becomes very, very difficult. And to be under this pressure, and under this pathology, and under this sort of just distorted reality, and then the messages that it reflects to you, is so very harmful. So I would encourage you to really see things clearly and have a clear vision of what you want and who you are. And to really own that, and not to be afraid to break free from this person, even though you have been enmeshed with them, even though you've been ensnared with them, And this could be your flesh and blood. This could be your this could be your boss, manager. This, could be your sibling. This could be your fiance or your spouse. It's a time you give yourself permission into the I am, and that I can, and I give myself permission to live my life now, and not feeling like you need to be trapped anymore. Even though, you have, maybe been and fed into this. Now it's time you're growing in your perspective and your awareness, and it's okay. You can break free and call it for what it is. And even though it's painful, it's much better to own your truth, because the truth, as they say, will set you free, and the truth will empower you. And the truth is really your vision of your future, what you want, you need, you adore, you love. And then to connect with others who remind you of who you are, who allow you to be who you are and love you for who you are, without the criticism, the judgment, the bullying, and the pathology that comes with that. It's a much healthier life and a much healthier relationship. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.